of Evan Solomon and these folks, they're in here, so they're also subject to arrest. But they have the credentials to get let off the hook, right?
Shame on you! 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 Shame on you!
Hey everyone, it's JC here at BeyondMystic. That's the scene this morning on the front lawn of Parliament Hill. I don't have a good vantage point from the hotel room I'm at right now. Very difficult to get to that. I wanted to do this quick live update with you guys. I have Janine by the phone here. We won't be seeing her video, and our bandwidth is very, very low this morning. There's a lot of people here in the live chat. I guess on the hotel, also streaming everywhere, or there might be some other interference. So let me play that clip again there and see what's going down. So there's a couple of reporters, social media reporters who were picked up earlier this morning that I could see, including one in the hotel here who just made it out very quickly and escaped the arrest there. So she's back in the hotel here. We just saw her a few minutes ago ending her own live stream. So welcome everybody. This is a quick update. We are Saturday morning, of course, February 19. Janine, can you hear me okay?
Yep, I can hear you. How are you doing? Oh my goodness.
I'm doing okay. Didn't sleep much last night. Lots of noise around, and it was funny because even how dire the situation looked last night when we spoke, there was still a big party on Parliament Hill, people putting out fireworks and dancing, and so it was still pretty loud all through the night. But this morning, what seems to be going on now, if you looked at the staging zones down here, I don't know if I can get to it with my laptop here, there's a lot more cops here than yesterday. And right now they are rushing, and they seem to be utilizing more strong arm tactics than they were yesterday. Yesterday they were inching 1 inch at a time right down here in front of the Chateau Laurier. But today they're all the way up to Kent Street right now. As you can see from this picture here, let me see if I can zoom that in. They've removed all of the trucks already. They now occupy all of that area, leading all the way up there to Parliament Hill. So the cops have gained a lot of ground. And what we're seeing this morning, they have these huge troop carrier vehicles with speakers on them, and they're repeating the same message that they are, that everybody in this area right now are essentially in a restricted area, and they will be arrested if they do not vacate the premises. So this goes to the cordoned off area that was explained in the Securities Act just the other day. So now they are apparently trying to enforce that here today. And you're seeing here the result of that. People are saying that they're standing and they're not going to be moving or to be intimidated. Now, in the last 20 minutes or so, we've had reports that the police have started very lightly, but still they're threatening with the pepper spray and the tear gas.
Yeah.
So that is a new tactic today, and the TAC teams are all out in front there too with their automatic weapons. And this gentleman reporting here was saying, "Why are they pointing weapons at us? Everybody here is unarmed and waving a flag." So they're trying to intimidate a lot. Now, on top of that, I can report that I've seen a few truckers of their own volition leave Wellington Street. They didn't want to be on camera, but they're choosing at this point to go back home and to be with their family here. They figured they've done enough, and they're not willing to risk even more than they've already risked here, seeing as this evocation of the Emergencies Act for now is in place and enforceable, even though the debate in the House has been halted and we haven't had a vote. So this is the tricky situation. Janine, what did you hear in terms of what Pat King was saying before he was arrested, and where perhaps these truckers are also regrouping? And while you recount that, I'm going to keep this live stream here on the ground running so you guys can see what's happening.
I think the last report from Pat King was that he was calling all the truckers to a safe zone by the airport in a big parking lot that they'd put aside, and that they'd made a deal that the trucks would be allowed to go there without hassle. And they could convene when things settled down. They'd figure out what they were going to do. So he was calling them all over there or asking them if they wanted to leave, that they should leave then.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. And can you share with the audience also the reports that you had on this, or the further reports after our live stream last night, that a lot of people were actually not being arrested? And I know you've posted quite a few videos on your Twitter to that effect. Can you explain that to the audience?
Yeah. So in particular, this one fellow described what happened. A young guy, he got driven 20 miles out and dropped off in the middle of nowhere, and didn't get, like, they didn't book him. It wasn't official. And he said they were doing that to everybody. It was a catch and release.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were just taking him out of town and dropping him off. Of course, he had to figure out a way from there.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, it's interesting. Last night, too, at the staging area just below here, I did a video showing those accordion buses. And so there was people who were being detained for like 3 or 4 hours outside in the cold. Eventually, they were moved into a bus. And I thought, oh, okay, finally now they're going to be bringing them to a police station to be processed. But that bus stayed there all night. But somehow between our live stream, I missed it. But that bus was emptied, so I don't know if they just let everybody go there, or those guys stayed in that bus till 2 or 3 a.m. by the time I went to bed. So I really don't know what happened there. But it very much looks like, the police are already using pepper spray.
Yeah,
they did yesterday too. Apparently, that's what Claudette Leblanc is saying here. Let's see if we can bring that up on the screen. I do apologize today, guys. Again, the bandwidth is very low, so it's hard to do all the multimedia tasking here as we do this from the grounds here. Okay, Janine, can we maybe pull some cards here today? Yesterday, we thought that we might have some news coming out, some light being shed on the situation. Cliff High, of course, put out an email, I believe, early this morning or last night about February 19th being a day of transformation or transmutation. So people can go check that out on his Substack. But essentially, the emotions are running very high today, and it's basically the beginning of massive change. And from the beginning of the change, we don't see the end, if you go to read his Substack here. So similarly to what we were saying last night, it's very likely that in the 5 years following today, we will have more change in our world than we have in the last 1,000 years. So can you pull some cards, Janine, to see what perhaps the outcome or the energy behind today is? Let's take a pulse on the situation.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of 10s. So it's absolutely the end of, I think, the actual, what they're calling sort of the occupation, which I wouldn't call it that. I would call it, a freedom rally. Okay. I feel like they're going to end it. We've got ends, and we've got an end in strength. So we've got it in the strength card. So they're ending in strength and not in, even though people might be disappointed, I feel like they're going to end, and there might even be an agreement go down by the end of today. Some kind of an agreement between who's left of the truckers, maybe at that place that they're getting them all to go to, so by the airport or something.
Right.
If that's the case, right, the ones that are left, they're going to make some kind of an agreement, it looks like. Mm-hmm. And as far as things coming out, if things did come out or do come out today, like we were getting, that's a really big possibility. Yeah. I think it stays hidden till Monday.
It's funny you said that, because Cliff, in an email to me, I believe, and Joe yesterday, he said that, yeah, for sure, the 19th is the day. Again, he's convinced of the 19th, but we might not see why that is the case for another 3 or 4 days afterwards. So yeah, you're bang on the money on that one as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other reports? Can you explain maybe that one of those boards and those reports that you saw on the website earlier this morning and how it relates to all of this? Can we share that and watching the language here a little bit also?
Oh, yeah. So the letter of the alphabet that we talk about sometimes had put out a long time ago something about Pluto. So Pluto, and of course, using a cartoon of the dog Pluto in what is that? I can't remember the cartoon that is, where Pluto's the name of a dog. But anyway, anyway.
I'm going to see if I can try to bring that up while you're talking.
Yeah,
Keep going.
yeah.
Yeah.
So Pluto is obviously a planet, as far as I know. And they're saying the return of Pluto. They're nodding to the return of Pluto on 2/22/22. Okay, so they mentioned the date and Pluto, and that's exactly what Julie was talking about. Although I think it's 2022, so 2/20/22, that the actual return. Yeah, there it is. So, like, it's like they're nodding to astrology. Like, and I'm telling you, all along,
Yeah.
the White Hats, the Alliance, they follow astrology and they follow astrological dates. And it's amazing because they're mentioning here that Pluto hadn't returned since 1776. Okay, that's I believe what Julie was saying, and it's all about astrological Pluto.
Right.
Of course, they're making it funny because it's a calm.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Also, at the bottom of that, the timestamp is 11:06, and if you reverse that, it comes out to 9:11.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Again, wow.
And they're saying it's Independence Day. It's going to be Independence Day. And a lot of people are like, you know, I hate to put out dates, but it is an interesting date. And things have been happening in the background on these dates, but I'm hoping something happens in the foreground for us all to see.
Right. Janine, are you in your PJs like me, Colin says?
Yeah, you bet I am.
A little bit early for Janine, folks. Thank you so much, Janine, for agreeing to come on, at least in audio here, to share this with us. Let me go back to this screen here because, again, they were rushing really, really quick. Let me see if I can bring myself a little bit brighter here. So this morning, just behind me here, so there, they were staging a lot of forces, and you could see, by my count, maybe 300 units, police units. So they're all in 50-person platoon units. There was quite a bit, and they rushed up Parliament Hill there, all that street, Wellington, really, really quickly. They gained ground to the point where they got to the main stage almost instantaneously. The people were just walking back there. But again, they are using a lot more aggressive force and pushing people around than they were yesterday. So let me see if I can bring this screen back up. There you go. Yeah, so now basically, if you look at this scene here, they've now evacuated Wellington Street, and they've now entered the downtown core somewhere here where my finger is. They're just behind these buildings here. And what this gentleman was saying here, I'm going to see if I can give him credit to that live stream. Hold on a second here. Let me bring up this comment. What's this guy's name? You guys can go check him out. He's doing a great job too. Can I bring this up? Freedom Convoy 2022. Okay, Newsly Canada Live. Can you guys see that on the screen? He's got 9,000 subscribers there. So go check him out. He's been doing excellent work here in the last couple of days, filming all of this stuff. So anyways, they are now into the city core. So it's going to be a little bit more difficult maybe for police, but at the same time, they could be boxed in very, very quickly. And this is what the other reporter in my hotel was saying this morning. They're afraid of being locked in, and then it's all game over. So pretty stressful there. And what this gentleman was saying also is that today, of course, the mainstream media or the legacy media, or what he's calling the lamestream media, are everywhere. They're on the grounds, cameras, a label on it. Evan Solomon is the TV guy there too, and they're getting a lot of hate from the people. They're like, "Where the hell were you for the last, couple of weeks?" And now, of course, you're here today to show on camera all of these very mean-looking police with the military-style equipment and rifles and the armored vehicles on Parliament Hill. So, what do you make of that too? What's the play here with the mainstream media? Because again, there's a lot of people asking in the chat, hey, what's going on? Monday, this emergency act might in fact be illegal and not be enforceable by Monday. So are they trying to just optic out here mainstream Canadians from coming to Parliament Hill with all of this fear tactic when in fact there's all of this catch and release going on? What's the goal of the lamestream media again today? Let's try to pull some cards and see what their tactic is today.
Okay, I'm getting, because they're agents of the dark side, we'll say,
Yeah.
That's the energy they want to portray. That's like what they're into. Do you know what I mean? They want to bring down the vibration and show everybody how beat they are. Okay, so instead of showing everybody the joy and love and freedom and happiness that was going on, of course, we know that the bad guys don't like that energetically. So, but then I get an overview card, and it's the White House. Okay, so they're allowing those mainstream media to continue to work in the way of the dark side, but they're overseeing it because they want to show you what the media is all about. So we've got like a lot of depth here that's not always as it appears. And everything's got a twist to it. So it's not just the bad guys against the good guys. It's the good guys playing the bad guys to show their hand so we know who the bad guys are and what they're up to.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Guys, do you have any questions for Janine? I know these formats are a little bit more difficult when we're running from different locations like this. If you do, please put them in high caps here in the live chat. I'll see if I can bring them up. There's quite a few of you in here in the live chat. I think we're at 8,000 right now between both channels. Can we maybe pull some cards, Janine, in the meantime, if I can pick up some questions here, but can we pull some cards into maybe either later tonight or tomorrow? Again, if today's the big day of change and transformation, what can the universe tell us here? What direction maybe are we going, or what do we need to know to align with universal energies?
Wow. Okay, I got the Wheel of Fortune. And so, yes, it is a really big shift. Like change, like that thing that Cliff put up, doesn't just happen all in one day. Do you know what I mean? But the energy of it shifts, and it's never going to be the same again after this. There's some huge spiritual thing going on, because I'm also getting a spiritual card around it. I got the star as well. So we've got the universe looking in on us. I'm beginning to think the spirit world is largely connected to what we call off-worlders. Am I echoing?
No, you're still good here, Janine. Keep going.
Okay. And I got the Magician. So the Wheel of Fortune and the Magician. I think we got a big glimpse here of the real truth and exposing some real bad actors by the end of the day here. A big exposure in particular on somebody in particular, a man. I wonder if that's maybe Trudeau or things from his past like we got before, but it's going to be real dirty anyway.
Well, okay. Well, we'll try to get that together for the audience here as we move along the day here and follow all of our feeds for you guys. Somebody was asking, Margaret, here, okay, kumutare, so change or transformation here by Cliff Hall. You can find that on his Twitter, and that's his link to his Substack. So he's talking about these intensities of emotional values, how these emotions often relate to body parts, organs, like getting a gut punch or having headaches or feeling tingly. So all of these senses are picked up by the emotional reduction engine. And what he's saying is that 19s, starting today, those values spiked really high, and I think to the top of his scale since the beginning of his running these WebBot reports. So, and again, all of this is the attributes to this particular subset is all about transformation, transmutation, mutation. So all of these words are coming up, transformed. And what he's saying is, starting today, nothing can stop the immense transformation that we have already started and gone underway. So this is a very exciting time for humans, but at the same time, we're all feeling it through our vagus nerve system, just being the types of bodies that we are occupying right now. We're feeling it across the body. And I know for myself too, even last night trying to sleep here and feeling all of these energies was absolutely difficult still. Okay, so guys, go check that out. You can find him on Twitter and also on his Telegram as Sci-Fi World, I believe is his handle. And you can find Cliff also on BitChute at bitchute.com/Cliff_high. Now, on top of that, there's somebody asking in the chat, hey, what happened to that lady who got trampled by horses? So there was reports last night that she was dead. There were reports that she broke a rib. But we just saw her. Apparently, it was her here on this live stream here, maybe 30 minutes ago, still on her. Not a wheelchair, but how do you call those? Like scooter devices for people with diminished mobility, and everybody was cheering her on. So she apparently here she is not dead. And again, guys, when we're reporting this live, it's very difficult for us to ascertain what is really not. And Janine and I will always do our best to tell you what is or is not confirmed as we are talking about these things. Okay, there's another question in the chat here. Angie Spitz is asking, Janine, can you pull some cards to see if Trudeau will leave office or resign? Because in the last couple of days in the House, during debates and during question periods, as never been seen before, he was getting heckled to the point where he just picked up like a kid and walked out during question period. And so people were like just flabbergasted at what's going on here. So is he perhaps about to resign or removed, or what's his faith here? Maybe let's pull in for the next month to see what the cards would say here.
I don't get he volunteers it. I get he actually, so yes, they're getting rid of him, but they might do it a legal way. They might have to use some kind of legal force to get him out of there because we've got the justice card.
Okay.
So I'm not sure how the things work, but it looks like they're going to oust him out. But not on his own. He hangs in there right till the bitter end, till they make him go, it looks like. Okay.
Well, constitutionally speaking, that'll be interesting to see what measures could be put in place. But some could argue that what's happening now on Parliament Hill and the suspension, not just Parliament Hill, but this what they call the Golden Triangle being locked down as a Nazi state right now is enough to perhaps instigate some of these measures in government, including maybe a no confidence or mass resignations of his party, or maybe party members of the Liberal Party just crossing the aisle and giving the opposition the majority in the House. We could see something as crazy as that en masse as well. So that'll be interesting. The next question is from Jill. She's asking, Janine, can you please read cards? We're getting reports that maybe some of these police officers are Antifa or NATO. Some of them, of course, were imported. The people I spoke to, I know they look and feel like Canadians. They're just not from Ottawa. They've been imported from everywhere around the country here, but they did in fact look like Canadian forces or Canadian troops from other jurisdictions. Now, the people in green with the bigger helmets, those guys I'm not sure about. Nobody's talking to them. They don't talk to anybody. So we don't know if they even have accents or not. So can you pull some cards to see if perhaps there's another group mingling with our Canadian police officers?
I pulled two cards on the green, the guys you just were talking about, where you weren't sure who they were, and they look right out of Canada. I wonder UN maybe troops or people that would be from anyway out of Canada. And then the other ones I do get, they pulled in from all over Canada. And that's why they waited this long. They had to wait till they amassed that many, I guess. And they're paying them a lot of money, extra money to do the thug. They're literally paid thugs at this point because they're being paid extra. That's what I get.
Right. Okay. That makes sense. Now let's pull in cards in this. You and I talked about it last night, but we didn't get to pull some cards. Tamara was arrested. I'm not sure I can bring up the clip here today, but the video clip of her arrest to me seemed a little bit contrived, like all organized, and it kind of had a fake feel to it. It didn't have the emotional value of somebody who was being surprised or arrested, and the cops didn't seem to be having to put any force into it. Also, it looked like they were playing out a part here for the cameras. So let's ask the cards. Where's Tamara today? What's going on? First of all, have you heard from her? Have you seen any other tweets or any other comments that would suggest where she is? One. And two, let's pull some cards to see where she's up today and what can the universe tell us.
Okay, this is going to sound crazy, but she's definitely in on the movie part. She's in on the movie. She's connected to the movie end of this. So she knew and exactly when those guys were coming, and it was all planned that way. I'm not saying she's working for the dark side, but a lot of people would frown upon that because she knew she was going to get her. She already knew the whole, remember, I'm thinking the white hat alliance put the idea of the whole trucker convoy in these guys' ear. I think the truckers don't necessarily know that. I don't think they do.
Right.
And I don't know if all of the organizers are in on that, but she looks like she's absolutely in the know, and she knew she was going to be rounded up. And it's a mystery. I don't think she's literally being processed in any way here. I feel like she's hidden somewhere.
Right. Okay. Somebody's saying it's getting tense. JC, get to Zot's feed. So Zot is one of those individuals yesterday that was basically caught and released. So let me see here. Hold on. Let me see if I can change that YouTube feed for you guys while I'm here live doing this with you guys. Hold on. Zot. Let me see. He might be a little bit closer to the action. Let me see. Zot. Is he live? Yes, he is. Okay, so this is a different feed from Zot. And again, he was released yesterday. So let's see if we can bring this up. There you go. Hopefully, oh wait, I might have to pause the other one. It seems to be losing connection here. I might be asking too much from the bandwidth. Hold on, folks. Let me see if I can pause this one. If we can run this one a little bit faster. Let me refresh that. Or it might be his feed also. Yeah, because he, from what I can tell here, it's a little foggy. He's on Wellington Street here. So he's a little bit closer to the action than the other one. So hold on. Let me see if we can close a few windows and get back to that for you guys. Hold on. Janine, is there anything else in the meantime you want to share with the audience?
Well, let's ask about Pat King, since we're on the subject. So I looked at him before, and he did not look dark side to me.
Okay.
But he didn't look like a perfect character in his life and whatever. But he looked like he had his heart in the convoy and wasn't, trying to mess with the truckers. He was actually for the truckers. But let's have a look, because didn't he get rounded up last? If he did, even I didn't even see that he got rounded up, but people are saying he did.
That's what I understand. Also, he was one of the last ones to get arrested after Tamara. You're right.
Yeah, because he was even recording the next day, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, he's pretty heartbroken about things. I mean, he probably hasn't slept in days. I saw that he was recording like 24 hours at one point, it looked like.
Yeah.
Surrender. So no, he's good. We got the King of Swords. He's what he says is true. Okay, so we've got the 7. Yeah, it's unique. He's going to get let go in about 2 days. So he looks like he's more actually going through the process of being arrested. Then Tamara was absolutely shady looking. I think she's a big part of the movie.
Right. So, folks, I'm not sure if it's my feed or not. I can't seem to run Zod's here, or he is seizing up here. There might be interference with the cell phones where he's located, and that's why his feed keeps jamming here. I'm going to see if I can bring that to the window from... Hold on just 1 second, guys. I'll be right back here. I just need to switch a few things. Hold on. Stay right there, Jenny. I'll be right back. Okay, I think I'm back. Let me see.
I can hear you.
Okay, Jenny, you're back too. Okay, good. Yes, I'm trying to reconfigure here and ask somebody else to bring another live stream from the window. So while they set that up, the Zot feed at least, he seems to be, again, there's somewhere between these buildings here, 1 block down, and that's why we can't see it. Now, my laptop is like boiling hot here on my knees, trying to run all of this stuff together. This is not meant for this video production here, guys. Okay, so I'm sorry about that. Let me see if I can bring it back up anyways, even in choppy format. Hold on. Hold on a second, guys. I'll be right back. Janine, just take the mic for now, the floor for now, with whatever you like, and just let me try to set up another shared screen window. I'll be right back, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Hey, guys. Yeah. So like I was saying, I'm absolutely smudging and nonstop sending ravens to everybody in Ottawa and everybody involved in this. It's tricky, though. Don't kid yourself. Some people were thinking that woman was an actor that got plowed down by the horse. I didn't really get that when I looked, but I didn't get she was passed over either. And I actually get she's going to come out the better for her experience. Well, I don't know what that means. Maybe she'll get some support and help in her life because things were drawn attention to her situation. I don't know. But her outcome was really good. So don't believe the hype. They're trying to hype up dreariness and bring down your vibe. Okay, they're going to show you the worst of the worst, and they're even going to highlight particular situations to get your reaction. And those of us, this is for the sheeple, those of us that are evolved and know what's going on, you might not want to just feed on that all day because your vibe's going to go down. Okay, so be really careful because you're going to be manipulated here by the media. And they're doing it on purpose. So they're using the dark side to show you the darkest thing that could happen in Canada if we don't wake up. And we are awake, people watching videos like this. So we have to be careful with our energy that we don't get sucked into it.
Hold on a second, guys. Janine, can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So I got Zot's feed here running in the background. And again, you could tell these are the green guys there with those big helmets. They've moved up again quite a bit. Let's see, where are they? Almost. They seem to be past Kent Street, because that would be that light, maybe one block down. Let me see if I can bring the volume up here, and if we can pick up what he's saying. Yeah. Can you hear that, Janine?
Yeah, I can.
Well, I rode them around the sun, Wellington. They started all the way down the Arito Center, and they've come down here since yesterday. Thank you, Maya France. Were you guys here earlier when they came? Oh, you just got here? Okay, yeah. I don't know. I wasn't here either. I heard people got like mustard gas or something.
Great. Your gas.
I heard, yeah.
So you see a couple of them guys with the gas masks on there.
So I don't know if you can tell from the feed there, but just behind them, there's the mounted police also on horses. There's at least, from what I can tell, there are about 200 or 300 cops down the street on Wellington behind these people here. So the people are definitely today still outnumbered. Now, this morning at 9 a.m. when I started filming some of this stuff, the crowd on Parliament Hill looked like a typical Monday morning here, because usually people arrive here around 11 mid-noon. That's where the most of the action starts. But right now, you can tell just looking at the streets behind me, there are no, like the streets are empty. Like this is never seen, even in regular times in Ottawa, like the streets are not this empty alone during the protests.
Yeah.
So for sure, what the mainstream media was doing to put out the fear here of being arrested and all this violence, that seems to have worked, because right now we're not seeing the regular supporters here on Parliament.
Yeah.
So anything else we want to discuss before we go for now? Let me see if I can scan for more questions. Janine, anything else you want to share?
I got the devil for those guys in the green outfits. So they're absolutely not going to make any exceptions. Like they're the type you do not want to be messing with.
Yeah.
Yeah, those guys are brought in from somewhere, and they're paid thugs is basically what I'm getting here.
Yeah. Yep. Man. So I'm just scanning the chat. I think we're good for now. So I'll keep, again, I'm running all of these feeds on another machine here to see what's going on and trying to keep everybody up to date. Right now, it actually looks like I will be able to walk around my hotel room, because yesterday the cops weren't even letting us out of the hotel unless you snuck out somehow through the Rito Center. So it's a little bit, we're kind of like hostage here. And somebody was joking on Friday night that I'm in Hotel California, like the song, you can check in, but you can't check out. So I think it's kind of funny. So I'll see if we can get out there today and get get some fresh air. But yeah, things looks like they're escalating here. Hopefully there's no violence here still. And judging by the size of the crowd, it seems to be manageable in that sense. So, wow, my hearts are with everyone here watching the stream. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Thank you, Janine, for taking some time this morning here before your first coffee to join us this evening, this morning for this live stream. Guys, we'll keep you posted. In the meantime, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to here on BeyondMystic for next updates, and also at Tarot by Janine, and also Sending Ravens. Anything else before we go and sign off, Janine?
Just going, looking at so the truckers feel defeated. Okay, so send them energy. It's a 5. It's going to be short-lived. Something's coming in the next day or two that will raise everybody's spirits, and you'll see the real victory that actually happened here. So there's a victory hidden, and the mainstream media, of course, aren't going to show it. They're going to show defeat. That's the whole idea. So be really careful, okay, what you're watching and how much you watch of the bad stuff. Okay, because the whole idea is to bring down your vibe, and it's really just to wake up the sleepers. We need the awake people on a high energy, and trust that this was not for naught. This is woke up the whole world with this, and because of this, the whole world's watching Canada and seeing what really a communist country looks like, that could be sneakily taken over by communism without anybody knowing. People are shocked at it, and that's exactly what we need right now.
Yeah, exactly. Well said. Okay, folks, on that note, again, please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you a little bit later on today. Au revoir.
Au revoir.